Now, this next story is not just pertaining to Zimbabwe, but I'm pretty sure by now you must have heard about a 45-year-old Zimbabwean man that was living in England with his wife and two daughters. On July 4th, there was a picture of him fleeing England, taking a flight from London to South Africa via Dubai. And then 2 days after, on July 6th, the neighbors had called the police because they had not seen his wife and two daughters for days. And so they called the police. When the police made their way into the house, what they found was a shock. They found the bodies of this woman, 42-year-old Notambo Zandile Chuma, and their two daughters, Natalie, who was 15, and their 5-year-old daughter, Nala. Everybody already knew that he had something to do with it, because he literally fled. 2 days before the bodies were found, there was no record of him calling the police for help if there was an accident. And by the time they found the bodies, they said that they had been dead for some days. And autopsy confirmed that they died due to blunt force trauma, which means somebody hit them until they died. And then, of course, after some days, he was arrested in South Africa in a joint operation by the South African police and Interpol. And now they're working on extraditing him back to the UK. He was also arrested for possessing an unlicensed gun and ammunition. Anyway, he's presently being held in South Africa. They will hear his case again later this month, especially on extraditing him. And then, of course, it was revealed that shortly before their dead bodies were found, that the wife had actually begun divorce proceedings, that she had asked for a divorce, and that they actually recently valued their home as they were preparing for this divorce. At the same time, some of her friends in the UK that spoke with the media said that she had said it in the past, that he had told her, if I cannot have you, then nobody will have you. And that they've been having issues for a while, that she wanted to go her own separate ways. Her loved ones in the UK held a memorial service for her and her children. It was very emotional. Her co-workers, her colleagues, and then the three bodies were taken to Zimbabwe, where they were laid to rest earlier this week. I just cannot imagine what their loved ones in Zimbabwe are going through right now. And I brought up this story because you may think this happened in England, or this happened to a family from Zimbabwe, but there are so many people who are enduring abuse in their marriage, and you don't need to wait until you get killed for you to run for your life. Because somebody that would kill his spouse and children did not start abusing her on that day that he killed her. He didn't start that day. When somebody abuses you and you stay, you've just communicated that it's okay for them to abuse you. And I think this thing is deeper than just talking to people who are already married. I think it goes deep into how we raise our sons especially. And I still think that a lot of religious leaders are empowering abuse in marriages because they constantly put the man above the woman. They make the man believe that he's special compared to the woman. They make some men believe that they are meant to subdue their wives. I can't really go deep into that today because there are some people that would never get it. There are some people that have made up their mind that every time you talk about issues like this, they come back with, oh, here we go with feminist ideas. First of all, know the meaning of feminism, because most of you that talk about feminist this, feminist that, most of you don't know the definition of what it means to be a feminist. So I'm going to read it for you. A feminist is a person who believes in the social, political, and economic equality of all sexes, of man and woman. This is somebody who supports women's rights and works to end gender discrimination. How can it be a wrong thing for somebody to believe in the social, political, and economic equality of both genders? But we are not here to talk about feminism today. Raise your sons for them to know it is not okay to be violent towards women. Preach in your churches that it is not okay for a man to be violent to his wife, and that he should treat his wife exactly the way he would want to be treated. I say this all the time for Christians. Please know that when you get to heaven, there's no special place for men than for women. There's no special crown for being a man. Like, there's so much that I wanted to say about this, but honestly, I think this is a societal thing. It goes both ways. I'm not saying that it's only the man that can be abusive. No, it goes both ways. And lastly, I want to say to parents, because a lot of times I see African weddings, when you are giving out your daughter in marriage, many of you will tell your daughter, you better make it work. As you are leaving, you cannot come back. Oh, that's it. Oh. Please, let's stop doing that. I personally feel like it is very important for parents to ensure that they tell their daughters when they are getting married that, you know what, if it doesn't work, you are always welcome back home. And I know that most people will not agree with me saying this, but which one would you rather have? For them to bring the dead body of your daughter home, or for your daughter to walk back home with her 2 legs? Because too many of us care so much about what the society will say. Why would you put the interest of the society before that of your daughter? A lot of people, the reason they don't leave is because they feel like they can't go back, because they know they won't be accepted. In many cases, it is even the mother that will tell them, you have to go and make it work. Don't you know I also endured something during my... They start telling all these stories. Guys, we have to do better for our daughters. We shouldn't let them just be killed. Like, too many people have died of domestic violence. And you should be able to say that, at least pertaining to you, not on your watch. Tell your daughters, you know what, I'm not chasing you away from your home. If anything happens to you, you need time to recuperate. You need time to think over things. Come home. And in fact, at the wedding, you should always say it that, if you dare lay hands on my daughter, so that he would know. Because tell me what kind of anger would make a man kill his wife and then face his 2 daughters and take their lives as well. It's not worth it. It's better to be alive than to say that you are married. And the pressure that we give our daughters as well to get married, we don't even care whether they are happily married. They will just say, what is settled down. They have settled down. We should be more concerned about them being happy than them just being married. Anyways, I look forward to the comment section. It's okay if you disagree with me. My sincere condolences to my Zimbabwean people, the families of this lady and her daughters. When you don't train your sons to respect a woman, and then something like this happens, his entire family right now have realized that they raised a monster. And this man may look like he's okay. Not everybody that looks okay is okay. You'll be amazed what some men are doing. Alright guys, subscribe if you're yet to. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, I will see you later. Peace out.